All right, chat. Let's take a look at video. It says how gambling predicts the next recession. I am so curious what this video is about. It was 12 days ago by Gen. Also, before we start the video, I want to give a shout out to the new YouTube voidlings because we have memberships. We have memberships on YouTube or so. It's only like $1. If you want to support your girl and everything, you can. And I want to give a shout out to Sean, Ryan, Laser, and Voltkin. And let's see, I think Saw. We got Saw. And I think those are the most recent ones that I have here at the moment. Yes. Yes, we do have our recent YouTube voidlings. So we got some YouTube voidlings. And honestly, I love the support, and it's always $1 if you want to come support your girl and everything. I want to be able to stream on YouTube. Well, I want to dual stream anyways. I want to dual stream on Twitch and YouTube. It would be pretty fun. Now, the reaction stuff will still be on Twitch because there's certain stuff that I like to watch or so that YouTube will not allow it. So that's the only reason why. So, but when it comes to gaming stuff in general, you bet your biscuit that the YouTube audiences will come watch me either suffer or can see how Twitch chat is, you know. You two can start fighting against each other, you know, like battling against the YouTube voidlings versus the Twitch voidlings, you know. Good, more sacrifices. But yeah, if you want to support your girl, it is $1. It is $1 or so. You can. I'm not gonna raise any prices, just like how like the Xbox and whatever other streaming subscription services always increase. It will always be $1 no matter what. There'll probably be different tiers. Because I saw that there was like different tiers or something like that. So we do have emotes too as well. If you are curious too, I added some emotes from the Twitch's side to the YouTube side. So if you guys want to take a look at that, you can. And yeah. Nah, I'm the kick stream shit talker. Okay, buddy. Hey Sage, how you been? I can't believe you showed up. She doesn't feed us. Your mom doesn't feed you.
Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne.
Anyways, let's jump into this video. Apparently gambling is predicting the next recession. I'd be curious to see if it's true. Let's see if it's true, chat.
When you were a kid, how much did you spend on Pokemon boosters? Or hope that you'll get your favorite toy that you wanted from your Happy Meal? Well, congratulations! You were gambling. Stick with me here, but as adults, we've gotten to a point where you're gambling every single day. It's all without you even knowing it. In fact, companies are spending billions to—
Well, I spent on gacha games, so...
further
no, you're
turn
good. You're fine.
into the world's most hidden casino. And they've already successfully expanded their targets. 1 in 2 American men aged 18 to 49 already have a gambling account, but now it's increasingly reaching
Sports
women
books?
with creepy toys, blind boxes, and—
dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate these things. I honestly hate these things. That thing, I hate that thing. I generally do. That thing, whatever the hell that thing is the spawn of Satan or so. I want to burn that thing so badly. I really do. I want to like buy one and burn it.
and retail
I hope so.
therapy.
Hopefully
So
I
how
can hang
exactly
out.
do we get from childhood toys to now everything we buy feeling like a gamble?
ZZZ is making a Labubu, but bang boo boo. As long as they look like bangaboos and not look like a ripoff of Labubus or so, like with the weird, like if they look like just like Labubus from the game itself, I don't mind it, to be honest. I don't mind it. Just a little bunny, different versions of the bunnies from the game itself. I think that's fine.
Well, after weeks of research, I found that this goes way beyond this secret form of the gambling epidemic, to a point where the US is increasingly becoming an economy that runs on it. Because when life gets unaffordable, addiction usually becomes the only escape. But if something isn't done about this soon, it's slowly becoming an addiction without a cure.
How much did you spend on Labubus last month?
Probably like $700.
You're choosing $700 in Labubus over your marriage.
Blind boxes for many of the consumers is an experience. And so
Well, for me personally, like, I don't buy blind boxes or anything. Like I know what I'm getting at the end of the day. Like I do my research when it comes to like the best example, probably like the most like IRL gambling or so, is probably like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? When you open up a pack or so, you know, like that's probably the one thing. But I always like do my research to see like what kind of cards are in like the booster box or the set itself, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's some cards in here that I like. That I'm like, and if there's nothing that I like or so, I'll just buy the singles, you know, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, take care, Sage. Be safe.
You've been investing that anticipation, and you want that big payoff. So in that sense, it resembles very strongly gambling.
Chapter 1: how gambling infiltrated in everyday life. Are we gonna talk about the egg? What is it called again? Kernel egg or Kindle egg or whatever it's called?
So to understand how gambling has infiltrated almost every aspect of American life, we need to go back in history. Because what you're about to see is that this only became possible under the right economic conditions. And to get there, an entire generation, including many of you watching, were the very guinea pigs that made everything that we see today happen. So with that, let's start in the 1950s. Because back then, buying American products wasn't just shopping. It was like a patriotic duty. So much so that American leaders were literally branding mass consumption as freedom, unlike the Soviet Union's state-controlled communistic economy. And it worked. By the 1960s, middle-class Americans enjoyed a living standard never before seen in history, and consumption became a way to prove capitalism's superiority. But then zooming forward, the cracks started showing. The 1970s brought foreign competition. In the 1980s, we saw auto workers smashing Toyotas with sledgehammers, furious that Japanese imports were taking American jobs. And by the 90s, when the Cold War ended, so did the us versus them narrative that slowly started fading away. And as globalization and outsourcing took over, the Buy American campaigns also started fading in the mainstream. But look, here's where it gets interesting. Because as patriotic consumption died, something else was being born. Companies like Walmart began branding themselves as price-conscious retailers as they started noticing that consumers were increasingly becoming price and novelty-driven.
And you'll always find low prices. That's our promise and our commitment to you.
But the problem was,
I remember
competing
that.
on low prices.
And Toyota probably still can run well too as well. Yeah, true. Even if they've smashed their hammer on that Toyota, that still probably runs pretty decently well. Because I still have my Honda Prelude 84 out on the driveway, but the problem is I don't have any money to buy, like, take it to the shop to get it fixed and everything, right? But hopefully one day, you know, if we make it bigger, so I wouldn't mind, you know, sending it to the shop to get it fixed or have it checked and everything, you know?
Usually makes it a lot harder to build loyalty. And so companies needed a new way to create addiction. And you and I became the perfect guinea pigs. While this economic shift was happening,
With what money?
companies began quietly experimenting on kids by turning shopping into more of a game of chance.
What?
So remember Happy Meal toys, Pokemon card packs,
Yeah.
claw machines at the arcade? The collect them all appeal drove repeated purchases in pursuit of rare items, but more importantly, in pursuit of unpredictable rewards. And this is key here because what unpredictability taps into is a powerful conditioning that psychologists call the intermittent reinforcement. In short, it triggers a bunch of dopamine into your brain. As you can imagine, it's the same mechanism that makes gambling so addictive.
I just don't find this addicting. I just kind of like opening up like Yu-Gi-Oh card packs because I think it's fun to see what you get. I think I gamba for like gacha games, and that's about it. I think I only gacha on Withering Waves because PGR you have guaranteed on it. So, you know.
Nice! A 2023 study found that over 90% of young adults recalled playing claw machines as children, and those who did so more frequently were significantly more likely to gamble as adults. And the same playbook is being repeated with today's kids, but at scale. For us, it might have been claw machines, but today's kids are on Roblox, which is—
I played as when I was reborn into this on this side of the planet or this side of the dimension anyways. I just played arcade. I played arcade games. We did not have any claw machines or anything like that. We had arcades. So I played, what is it, Dance Dance Revolution. I played Street Fighter 2 question mark? I think it was 2, I think. And that was kind of like pretty much it.
Free to play, but it hooks
There were other
kids
games
through
too as well, but
in-game
those were the two that
purchases
sticks out the
and
most to me.
Random rewards. So I'll get into all of this, but as consumption evolved, companies started figuring out that the best way to create lifelong customers is to condition us early on as kids to crave surprises and random rewards. And as I'll reveal by the end of the video, the uncertainty surrounding today's economy almost guarantees that this is about to get a whole lot worse. And as you know with gambling, the house always wins. But when it comes to creating online, you don't want to leave that up to chance.
I just said, those are the two that sticks out to me, and I played other ones. Listen! Ay, pendejo, hombre. Nombre. Ay, ay, ay.
That's why I use my sponsor.
I'm gonna smack you with a
They've
chancla, I
grown
swear.
way beyond clipping. Now it's one of the most.
I'm gonna go fucking Spanish on you in a hot moment, I swear. Tuscadoo, Tuscadoo. Don't make me go Latino on you. I will go Latino on you right now.
Make it cute, social.
I
about
swear.
Treating yourself.
How gambling infiltrated women? Let me guess, it's the cute demonic freaking Labubus, right? You tell me to calm down? You telling me to calm down? I will put you in the box. I will put you in the box, I swear. You don't tell a Latina to calm down. ¿Entiendes? ¿Entiendes?
And I have to give it to them because it's absolutely
Tuscadoo.
genius and it's working like crazy. And a perfect example of this are blind boxes. Walk into any trendy toy store today and you'll see this. Collectible toys packaged like mystery prizes.
You telling me to calm down? I'm gonna tell you to calm down, huh? 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 You tell me to calm down, I will slap you silly is what I'm gonna do. You never tell a Latina to freaking calm down, okay? Pendejo, no me hablas así, wait. Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. Fuck out of here.
Where you don't know what's inside until you open it. And the poster child for this trend, this little guy here. If you're 90% of my audience, you probably have absolutely no idea what this is, but this is a Labubu. And these
I hate these things. I'ma be honest with you. They don't look cute whatsoever. They look like a demonic spawn from Satan.
goblin face, to be honest, I don't know what it is made from a Chinese toy maker called Pop Mart, and it's achieving cult status.
I wanted Labubus.
What is a boo-boo?
A Labubu.
A Labubu?
Labubu.
Celebrities from Rihanna to K-pop bands have all been spotted carrying Labubus. Limited edition drops sell out within hours, and people wait hours in
I'd rather have someone collect figurines than Labubus, in my personal opinion.
line just to buy one of these things.
The universe is about to give you a gift. I'm dead wrong.
In fact, demand is so high that there's an entire resale market. Rare Labubus fetch 3 times more than their original price, $80 or more for a fucking figurine that retails around $30 to $45. But the reason why it's gotten this way is because these blind boxes exploit the very same psychological triggers as slot machines, but it's cute. They play on curiosity and anticipation, collection and completion impulses, and FOMO from the limited availability that they release. And all this taps into the variable ratio reward system, where every purchase is the chance of hitting the jackpot, or in practice, pulling a secret rare Labubu that
I just can't find the appeal of this. I really can't. I really do not find the appeal of this. I don't know. Like I have some VTuber friends that are not into this either. I think there's only like one VTuber friend that I know that she's into this. But the other ones are not into this. I just can't. I just don't find the appeal of this whatsoever.
completes your collection. And the fact
It is like the Beanie Babies, but like the design just doesn't look that great though compared to Beanie Babies.
that it's in a blind box where you don't know which toy you're gonna get when you
Taters bought Labubus. Oh, say ain't so. Say it ain't so. Damn. And I was gonna ask her out too as well. Tuskeru. Tuskeru. Oh well, it is what it is. Well,
you buy one, it's the very point. It's the gambling thrill that gets you hooked like one of the 75% of Pop Mart's customers that are young women. So if you
ages between 18 and 35. Okay, that makes sense. I can see why Tater's got one. That's why it just doesn't appeal to me.
really think about it, blind boxes are essentially just slot machines on
I'm like a
steroids,
billion
but
years
for
old
women,
anyway,
and they're
so.
making billions of dollars on this behind the fact that it's so cute. Sorry. But anyways, blind boxes are just the beginning of what I call softcore gambling.
Softcore gambling? Why does that sound? Why does that sound like a porn tag?
There's even examples like social casinos that literally
I hate Funko Pops. I hate Funko Pops.
simulate slot machines, poker, and other casino games, except no real money.
I'm older in the void. Your dimension has not been alive for that long, so it's only been alive for millions of years.
One. And you start playing with virtual coins in which you can buy more coins using real cash. And these social casino apps like Slot Mania are made up of 72% women, mainly aged around 35 to 50.
Slot Mania social casino, 72% of active players are women, mainly 35 and 55 years old. I don't really care about slot machines either.
But the most concerning soft gambling example is in gamified shopping that is designed to make spending money feel less like shopping and more like gaming. You probably heard of Shein and Temu by now, but what you may not know.
Temu, my mama Azothot buys from Temu from time to time, but not a lot though. Shein, I think she uses Shein ?
Is that their user base is 63 to 66% women versus Amazon, which primarily skews male. And if you've ever been on it, you can probably guess why this is the case. As soon as you go on, you get blasted with slot machines and spin the wheel pop-ups.
Yeah, when I saw these or so, I'm just kind of like, what the fuck?
Mystery coupons and flash sales and timers telling you that you have to buy now. And by creating these artificial urgencies, these apps nudge users to buy now, think later, where the deal itself becomes a jackpot if you're able to snag it in time. And through all these examples, what the question now becomes is, what explains this massive gender divide between softcore and hardcore gambling? Simply put, it's psychology. Research shows that the further you move away from money on the table towards surprise for its own sake, the more female the audience becomes. In simple terms, women respond more to low-risk, steady rewards focused on collection, completion, and community rather than pure competition.
I see. Well, for me, when it comes to like collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? I just like collecting pretty art. That's it, you know? That's basically all I do when it comes to like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's just collecting pretty art.
Think about it this way. A girl buying a Labubu finds happiness in finally getting the pink bunny or whatever the hell it is that completes their zodiac set. Whereas men are more likely to gamble for the competitive and financial reasons, like Logan Paul making an entire video flexing how he finally got this ultra rare Pokemon card that costs millions.
It's so weird because I don't fit in any of these categories. I don't fit in any of these categories whatsoever. I just kind of like collecting because, you know, it's part of my childhood, you know? Plus, I like collecting the pretty art. That's it. That's generally it. I don't care if it's like a 1 cent card or something. If the card art is nice and pretty and everything, I'll buy it.
So just to drive the point home, men prefer more of these high-stakes environments, like the fact that 96% of the players in the 2025 World Series of Poker were men versus only 4% women. And as you can imagine with these gender differences, so is the differences in the business model of
Yeah.
these companies. Traditional hardcore gambling relies on a small percentage of whales or high rollers that spend huge amounts of money.
The most you lost in a night? Around 300,000.
But
Jesus fucking Christ. You want to lose 300K? Donate it to me. Fuck, man. At least you'll get something out of it in return. Shit, fuck, wasting it on fucking 300K in one single night in gambling? My God, dude. What the fuck, bro? Oh my lord, that is an insane amount of money to lose. Holy cow, dude. What the hell? Bro, if you want to lose 300K, just donate it to me, man. That's it, man. That's all you gotta do, bro. Don't wait. At least you get some entertainment in return, and plus you'll probably that money will probably be invested in future projects, you know? God, that's crazy. That's crazy to see that. That's crazy.
soft gambling is
You don't
the
even get
direct
shit
opposite.
when you're gambling.
Instead of needing
Because you lose,
each
you
user
lose.
to spend a lot, they need millions of users to spend a little, and so the goal becomes fundamentally different, where it's more about making every customer a consistent spender by keeping them within the ecosystem. And they're doing that successfully. Nearly half of Pop Mart's purchases are from returning customers, and there's a whole ass community. Fans attend Pop Mart conventions, share collections on social media, and anticipate new releases just like a sneakerhead would wait for the new Jordans.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I can never find the appeal of you collecting shoes and not wearing them. I just don't find the appeal. I think this is just weird, bro. I can never understand this. I can literally never you buy these shoes just to put them on a fucking shelf. Makes no sense to me. Literally, shoes were invented to put on your feet to walk outside and to look nice and stylish, okay? What the fuck is the point of you spending a certain amount of money for a pair of shoes to put them on a stupid fucking shelf? Do you even look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what am I doing with my life? Spending money on shoes and not even wearing them out to go out somewhere, you know? It's so ridiculous. I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
And it's how just in a couple of years, they've skyrocketed to a multi-billion-dollar valuation by selling what are essentially cheap 5-cent toys for $45. By turning retail into a reoccurring service with built-in reasons to come back, they've turned millions of women into consistent gamblers without them realizing it. And the genius play behind it is that they're creating an illusion of winning for the customer, making spending feel like playing, and it's all built on a system where the house is guaranteed to win. But like I've been saying,
if I have a partner, all right, because at least in this right now at this very moment, I've swapped from looking from male to female because I always swap back and forth, you know. So I dated 2 guys last time, right? Now I'm dating 2 women this time around. Because I rotate back and forth because I'm bisexual. If my partner starts spending money on Labubu, I'm gonna be like, either you get rid of that Labubu or I'm walking out the fucking door, okay? All right? Period.
none of this can happen without the right economic conditions. Because what most people aren't talking about is that this gambling epidemic isn't random. It's a direct response to economic desperation.
Chapter 3, how small bets predict economic collapses.
When people can't afford the
Take care, Hazu. Be safe.
big things in life, they start making small bets on happiness instead. And this pattern of behavior is actually an economic indicator that predicts when everything is about to collapse. In fact, there's even a theory for all of this.
Really?
In the aftermath of 2001, the chairman of Estee Lauder, the beauty empire that owns brands like Le Labo and Clinique, noticed something strange.
Never heard of it.
Lipstick sales were surging despite a slumping economy. And he noticed it again after the 2008 financial crash. Lipstick sales spiked. And during the inflation of 2022, the same thing happened.
Is it because poor people are buying this stuff to feel rich or something? Is that where we're getting with this situation itself?
He called it the lipstick index, that when times get tough, people swap big purchases for small luxuries. And it wasn't just lipstick, but fancy chocolates, $10 lattes, and artisanal candles. All these sales surged when a house, car, or vacation became unaffordable. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. These little treats that make you feel better become a guilt-free bet on happiness. And if we're gonna get all technical, it serves as this economic escapism to cope with the fact that the bigger goals in life has become impossible. And that's exactly what we're seeing now, but on steroids, with blind boxes, social casinos, and gamified shopping. But it's not just women. Men too are doing this, but just a little differently. Right now, Google searches for how to day trade are at all-time highs.
Day trade?
And just how unemployment numbers serve as recession predictors, so does unconventional spikes in amateur day trading. Historically, we also saw this in 2021 during the AMC short squeeze frenzy, and when paychecks started becoming uncertain, people started chasing fast money and upside to make up that difference in income. And when regular people lose hope in steady jobs and find overconfident hope in easy trading apps, recession typically followed within the next 6 to 12 months. And with online gambling becoming more legal and available, this desperation is showing up in the fact that 1 in 2 American men today have a gambling account. So when traditional...
Do you guys have a gambling account? I assume day trade in an attempt to turn what little money they had into more without doing much. On the inverse, of hookers/prostitutes with Wall Street clients, we're able to see trends based on how clientele.
Traditional paths to prosperity, like home ownership, stable careers, building wealth, feels more like the lottery than a certainty. Both men and women don't just stop seeking rewards. They just downsize their bets in different ways when the big wins in life seem impossible. And these companies are smart because they're hooking you in an endless dopamine loop where your economic anxiety continues to get monetized. But the more dangerous aspect about this is that it's not just changing how we spend money, it's starting to change reality itself. Because when everything becomes a bet, the line between prediction and manipulation starts disappearing. And that's where everything truly gets scary.
How gambling is dictating the future. Do you think this is like, will this ruin the economy and those people who don't have like money and are gambling all the time, but then people who are smart and don't gamble will be a-okay?
And believe it or not, we just saw this threshold get crossed this year. Just over a month ago, something kept happening in the middle of WNBA games. No.
Oh, are we talking about that?
It wasn't people deciding to sleep during the game. Let's just say that people were throwing certain objects on the court.
And you can see the object, the block right there. The object comes, that green thing bounces and it goes to the sideline.
And after a few of these incidents started happening, platforms like Polymarket that allow people to bet on real life events started posting a market for people to predict which day the next object will be thrown.
What the fuck? Wait, they turned this into a betting thing? Oh my lord, you must be so bored out of your damn mind to be doing this, to be honest. That's like peak boredom behavior, dude. That's crazy to see that. Oh, yeah.
So think about what that means. Like this guy says, prediction markets aren't just predicting outcomes anymore. They're encouraging people to interfere and create future outcomes. We're literally at a stage where platforms and bettors profit from...
You sent $800? Where are they getting this money from? Bro, if you want to lose $800, just send it over to me, man. Shit. God Lord. Oh my God, man. Like, if you want to lose money that bad, just donate it to me, man. Honestly, you'll probably have a more better income, like not income, outcome or so, donating it to me than donating it to this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Disrupting future events because it drives engagement in betting volume. And so even if you don't shop on Shein or place bets on draft picks, you and I included are increasingly engaging in this overall gambling economy. One where companies profit from creating addictive spending behavior, like gamblers feeding coins into a machine that's ultimately rigged against them. So the choice is yours, really. I mean, it's your money, but next time you're about to make that purchase to treat yourself, really ask yourself, am I buying something I need, or am I buying a temporary fix for my economic anxiety?
I have my money for food and stuff separate from the stuff that I like to treat myself from time to time. What I treat myself from time to time would be I would sometimes go out and maybe buy food for me and my mama. I invite my mom to celebrate, you know, a milestone or just something, you know, maybe I have a little bit of extra money that I have no problem of like, you know, spending. Or I treat myself as in getting some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you know, because I want to check out the pretty art and everything and see if there's anything cool that I can probably use in the future. Because I do want to do some card pack openings on here on stream. But I need to buy a camera. Of course, I need to buy a camera. First, I need to buy a better desk. That's number one. But I would buy a camera for it, so I could do fun card pack openings and, you know, just all the fun shenanigans.
Could that money be invested in something that could actually change your situation? Or are you just feeding the machine that keeps you exactly where you are? Because in an economy where everything is a bet, just like gambling, the house always wins. So maybe the only winning move left is recognizing—
Start a subathon? I don't do subathons. Because, you want to know something? I stream for a long time for free. And I don't ask anything in return. So, yeah.
Do I really want to play? Is if you're the special 2,400 of you who already are learning how money and power works, I'll be going even deeper.
It just
into
feels
this
weird
issue
to
next week
ask
on
for
my
money
free newsletter
that I did not work for, you know? I'm just saying. That's just me though, so. I'd rather work hard and entertain you guys as best as I can with the content that I do, you know, here on Twitch or on YouTube. You know, if you guys come and sit down and watch and hear or have me in the background while you're playing video games or something or doing something else, you know, then it's still a win in my book, you know? Because I mean, I entertained you for you to watch, you know, either the entire video or at least half of the video or something, you know?
in the video description. But if you want to watch the first part of this series on this gambling epidemic, go and watch this next video on how online gambling broke America.
That's crazy though. That's wild to see that though. Don't forget guys, you sub to half off within the last day of September. Yeah, that's true. In in September, the reason why people have subathons in September is because they half the price or so for subbing in September. That's the reason why. So anyways, that's very cool. That's very cool. How gambling predicts the next recession. That'd be very interesting to see if that's actually true. Yeah, I was never into the craze of Labubu's. I didn't know what a Labubu was or anything like that. I just kind of like stick to my own hobbies, which is playing video games, drawing, collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the pretty art and everything. That's it.
Sorry, my
That's
mind
basically
is
it.
foggy
So,
at the moment.
anyways, what happened here? Berchan, what'd you say? Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much it. So I just kind of like collect the art for the prettiness. And that's it. So, hey Tony, how you been, Tony? Anyways, that's the end of the video, and peace.